Nuclear weapons create a false sense of security and serve a mentality of fear that affects the entire human race, Pope Francis has warned. He condemned the escalation of the arms race and the price of modernizing and developing weaponry. The world is in the midst of a nuclear crisis, with North Korea almost nuclear-ready despite global outcry. Pope Francis said the result is that the real priorities such as the fight against poverty and the promotion of peace and human rights are relegated to second place. He added, "Nor can we fail to be genuinely concerned by the catastrophic humanitarian and environmental effects of any employment of nuclear devices." This comes as there was a nuclear fallout alert in Europe. Pope Francis was speaking at an international symposium, Prospects for a World Free from Nuclear Weapons and for Integral Disarmament, organized by the Vatican. The conference follows the Treaty on the Prohibition of Nuclear Weapons, signed by 122 countries including the Pope in New York on July 7, 2017. It determined that nuclear weapons are not only immoral, but should be regarded as an illegal means of warfare. The Rome Conference saw 11 Nobel Peace Laureates, UN and NATO representatives, diplomats, and experts on armaments and weapons attend. Also there was Masako Wada, Assistant Secretary General of Nihon Hidankyo, one of the last survivors of the Hiroshima's nuclear attack, representing the victims of nuclear weapons and of nuclear experiments. Pope Francis referred explicitly to the witness of the survivors of the bombing of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, together with other victims of nuclear arms testing. He said, "May their prophetic voice serve as a warning, above all for coming generations." He warned of the risk of accidental detonation, condemning the threat of the use of nuclear weapons as well as their very possession. Pope Francis said, "For they exist in the service of a mentality of fear that affects not only the parties in conflict, but the entire human race." International relations cannot be held captive to military force, mutual intimidation, and the parading of stockpiles of arms. Weapons of mass destruction, particularly nuclear weapons, create nothing but a false sense of security. They cannot constitute the basis for peaceful coexistence between members of the human family, which must rather be inspired by an ethics of solidarity. Furthermore, weapons that result in the destruction of the human race are senseless even from a tactical standpoint. He warned that nuclear technologies are spreading. International law has not stopped new states from joining those who already have them. The Pope said, "The resulting scenarios are deeply disturbing if we consider the challenges of contemporary geopolitics, like terrorism or asymmetric."